My name doesn't matter. What happened in that house does. I want you to understand something before I start. I don't tell this story for views. I tell it because if I don't say it out loud, I start to think I imagined it. And some nights, I almost wish I had. This happened 3 years ago in a rented house at the edge of a town so small it didn't have a stoplight. I was 24. My roommate had gone to her sister's wedding for the weekend. I had the flu, so I stayed behind. I thought I'd have the house to myself. I was wrong. The house was old, built in the 50s, the kind with a root cellar nobody used and a furnace that groaned like it was complaining about its job. We'd only lived there 4 months. Cheap rent. Now I understood why. Friday night, around 9 p.m., I took NyQuil and went to bed early. The house was silent except for the usual settling sounds. Pipes ticking, the fridge humming downstairs. At 11:47 p.m., I woke up because I heard footsteps in the kitchen. Slow, deliberate, not the house settling. Footsteps. I lay frozen, certain my roommate had come home early. I called her name. No answer. I checked my phone. A text from her sent an hour earlier. Photos from the reception. Miss you. Feel better. She was 4 hours away. The footsteps stopped. I told myself it was the dog next door, somehow inside, somehow walking on 2 legs like nothing I'd ever known a dog to do. I told myself a lot of things that night to keep from screaming. I didn't get up. I didn't check. I pulled the blanket over my head like I was 6 years old again, and I waited for morning. In daylight, fear sounds stupid. I laughed at myself over coffee. Old house, old pipes, sick brain on cold medicine. Normal. Until I went to let the cat out and found the back door unlocked. I always lock that door. Always. It's the kind of thing you do without thinking, the way you check your mirrors before pulling out. Automatic, unconscious, but never skipped. It was unlocked. I checked the windows, all locked. I checked the front door, locked. Just the back door standing there unlocked, like it had been waiting for someone to notice. I called my roommate. She laughed it off. You probably forgot you were drugged out of your mind. Reasonable, believable. I almost believed it myself. That afternoon I cleaned, did laundry, tried to make the day feel normal. Around 4 p.m., folding clothes in my bedroom, I felt the specific, skin-crawling certainty that someone was standing in the doorway behind me. I turned around so fast I knocked the laundry basket over. Nothing there. Just the hallway, the same as always. But the air was different, colder, and it smelled, faintly just for a second, like a stranger's cologne. Not mine, not my roommate's, not anything that belonged in that house. I stood in that hallway for a long time, listening to a silence that felt like it was listening back. I should have left. I want to say that clearly for anyone watching this who ever finds themselves in a similar position. If something in your home feels wrong, leave. Don't wait for proof. Proof is what you get after. But I didn't leave. I told myself I was being dramatic. I made dinner, watched television with the volume too loud, the lights too bright, the kind of performance you put on for yourself when you're trying to convince your own nervous system that everything is fine. At 1 a.m., I heard the floor creak directly above my bedroom. There is no room above my bedroom. There's an attic, sealed, accessed only through a hatch in the hallway ceiling that we'd never once opened because the landlord told us it was just insulation and old boxes. The creak came again, then again, slow, even, like footsteps pacing back and forth in a space too small to pace in. I didn't sleep. I sat on my bed with a kitchen knife in my hand and my phone unlocked to 911, my thumb hovering, too scared to dial because I didn't know yet what I was supposed to say. There's a noise in my attic. Felt insane to say out loud to a stranger at 1 a.m. The pacing stopped at 3:14 a.m. I remember the time because I was staring at my phone screen when it did. Then directly above me, 3 slow knocks on the ceiling. Not creaks, knocks. Deliberate, evenly spaced like someone tapping out a signal. I didn't move until sunrise. The mystery wasn't over yet. Part 2 continues the story.